Solich.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Tom. Good morning. We'd like to express our thanks certainly to the people of Shreveport and to the people involved with the Independence Bowl. It's been a tremendous outing for us. I think when you look at bowls, there needs to be a mixture of some fun for the players, some things to do with the players, and yet not too much. And I think the Independence Bowl has done a great job of organizing that. We've had a very good time down here, been treated exceptionally well. We look forward to the game against Monroe, who we think is an outstanding football team, and we hope to ensure that it's going to be a great football game. You know, I think that's a possibility. They're obviously a high-scoring offensive football unit. They've got very good special teams, which also helps put points on the board. They're a pressure type of defense, so they get you in long yardage situations. They're very good at creating turnovers. That gets them the ball back, so they're very capable in a lot of different ways of getting the football in great field position and then doing something with it. I think we have that same capability, and so whether or not both teams will be able to expand on that and get done what they want to get done offensively will be determined, obviously, about how well the defense plays too. And because I think both teams are well balanced, and I think in order generally to get to bowl games, you've got to be pretty good on the offense, you've got to be pretty good on the defense, and you got to have very good special teams. So you have to have all three elements of the game working for you. So which part of the game will dominate? I think that's going to be the fun part to watch. Excuse me. In some ways, it may seem like that, but we want people in the stands. You know, we want to play in front of a large crowd. You know, we liken this a little bit to our first game of the year against Penn State, where we knew, obviously, we'd be outnumbered, and yet we relished the opportunity in front of a national audience to display our football team. And the same thing is true here. You know, this is almost like the start of a new season again. I think both teams will have that kind of feeling and will obviously play with that kind of intensity and that kind of enthusiasm. Well, that will, I'm sure, take place. They're very excited about playing the game, and they certainly should be. They've got an outstanding football team. They've had a great season. It is their first bowl game, and obviously they want to make that go well. So there will be a lot of emotion. And again, you know, liken that a little bit to the Penn State game with Penn State getting finally back to football after all that had happened to them. You know, it was very emotional for that football team. And so when you face that kind of situation, your team has to be ready to play 4 quarters of football, and we'll be ready to play 4 quarters.
It's always great anticipation. You know, as football players, we like to play against big crowds, and it doesn't matter whether we're home or away. So I think it's just an exciting time for us and our team, and we want to get a win in front of a large crowd.
Yeah, it's going to be real exciting to go out there and play. Yeah, we're expecting a big crowd, and we've played in front of big crowds before. So I don't feel like it will dictate the way we play, but we're excited to go out there and showcase our abilities.
Yeah, very excited, and the chance to play on ESPN in front of the whole nation is going to be exciting too. And you know, we're just ready to get this game underway, and you know, be able to play in front of that many people. Yeah, probably more like Kent State or a Bowling Green. You know, that they're really aggressive and they've got a good front seven, and you know, they like to load the box and try and stop the run. So you know, we're going to have to try and make some plays down the field, and you know, we feel like we have some playmakers to do that.
Well, no, I'm all sloganed out. As many games as I've been through over the years, you know, we had a slogan at the beginning of the year, and obviously we have goals that have been set, and we're very goal oriented in trying to obviously accomplish those goals. But there's no one rallying point per game. We've been, I think I know what he's doing, and that's to obviously treat each game one at a time. That's been our philosophy. It's been my philosophy ever since I've been in coaching, coming up through the ranks the way I did under Coach Osborne and his philosophy. And so we kind of throw that philosophy towards our players. They're geared into taking it one game at a time. And obviously, we're going to have a chance to line up and play for 2 bowl wins in a row for Ohio, something they've never accomplished before. You know, in Ohio, you're faced with all kind of weather. It's very hot and very humid at the beginning, and it can be very cold and very wintry at the end. So we're conditioned to lining up playing football regardless of the weather, and I don't think it'll have a dramatic effect on the running game. Obviously, hanging on to the ball, turnovers, that'll be critical in this ball game. Maybe a wet ball will have some effect there. Beau?
Oh, I mean, we've played in all types of weather in Ohio, like Coach said, and I don't think it'll really, dictate what we do or affect us too much. But if we do come out and it's, slippery surface, I think we'll be able to adapt to it and, have success and trust the O-line, and I'm sure they'll get it done.
Yeah, I think a combination of things kind of played out to what made our season what it was. We played the stronger half of the conference in the second half of the season in our conference games. If you look at our schedule, we ended up playing 3 games in 12 days, and we ended up playing 4 games in 19 days. Because of ESPN and TV. Now, I don't say that in a negative way. We love to be on TV, but it was a demanding time frame for us as far as playing, and probably had more season-ending injuries this year than any team I've been associated with in my career. So, adding that all up, what happened, and we were just so excited about being able to be in our 4th game in a 4th bowl game in a row, and to be able to do some things that the program has continued to do, some things that the program has never done before. So we're feeding off of that. Yeah, we'll get one player back, Tremaine Scott, a defensive end, all-MAC player for us. We thought was going to be one of the mainstays of our defense. That loss was certainly a tough loss. Great young man, too. I mean, he was at every practice. He was at every meeting after he got hurt. He was helped coaching on the field. So for him to finish up his senior season with being able to play one last game in a bowl game, he's so excited about it, and we're excited for him. Basically, that's it. We had a couple guys, that were maybe a little bit questionable early in preparation because of injuries in the last game, but it looks like they're going to be able to play.
Yeah, I'm back to 100%, and a month off not only for me but for everybody helps a lot, and this time off has been really beneficial, and we've taken advantage of it. But at the same time, it's helped us to prepare more and get ready for Monroe, and we're just excited for the task at hand and ready to get going.
Yeah, I think the energy level, the anticipation, all is similar to a first game of the season when you play in a bowl game. It's kind of like in preparation for the bowl game, you're going through almost like a fall camp in terms of you get more practices in than you normally get for a game, and so there's a lot of pluses that way. There also could be a lot of negatives. One negative could be both teams will be more vulnerable to turnovers. It's like a first game of the year. We haven't played for a month, and so that's a factor. So you got to be aware of that, and obviously practice to try to keep that from happening. Well, I think they're very good. We have what was an inexperienced punter at the beginning of the year. I think he handled things very, very well, and we have a very experienced kicker. Has been kicking for us for 4 years, and I think is one of the top kickers around the country, and so he'll handle things very well. And we just expect the wind to be at our back for 4 quarters, so it should help.
Yeah, like I said, we're going up against a good front seven and an aggressive front seven, and those guys have had some experience, and Coach Leitner, our offensive line coach, does a good job with those guys, and so I have a lot of faith and trust in those guys, and I really expect them to get the job done, not only in the passing game but in the running game.
Definitely benefited us a lot. It's kind of being older guys and being a little banged up. We're allowed to get a little bit more treatment and stay off our feet a little bit more, and I think that helps, heal those injuries. Definitely gets us feeling better, more confident about ourselves while we're out there on the field and practicing. So I think it's been a good thing for us. He's a great quarterback. Every time you play a dual threat quarterback, you got to watch all of his keys and, try to contain him as much as possible. He's kind of similar to Tyler. He can run him. He's a great passer. So it's one of the things that we've been harping on in practice is just figuring out how to contain his run game and trying to stop the passing game just a little bit. It definitely helps you prepare, when we're chasing Tyler in practice, it's one of those things you get better at when you face other players. So it's been a great experience going against Tyler for my couple years, and I think going against Browning it definitely, will be a key since I had Tyler.
Yeah, it's real exciting. It's like a first game of the season again. Everyone's real excited and hyped up, and so it's not real hard to contain your emotions. You just got to be smart about it, and just keep them under wraps. But we're all excited to play. Having this time off it's been great for me to get my legs back and to start feeling fresh again. And I feel great, and it's been really beneficial to me. And the coaches have done a great job with the tempo and everything in practice and keeping us all healthy. And I think not only for me but for the whole team, we'll all hopefully have an extra step tomorrow. Yeah, but the people around us, the offensive line and the receivers and everyone will do a great job, and I know they will. And but yeah, I just go out there and do what's in front of me. I just go out there and play as hard as I can, and hopefully we get the run game going. And I trust everyone around me that it will get going.
It's very important. As a senior, you always want to go out on a winning note, especially in a bowl game. And this can be a very important bowl game for us, with it being our second win if we win. So I think it's big for all of our seniors, and the coaches have stressed it, and a lot of the players, they want to send us out on a good note this year.
Well, the Jim Schaus has had some association with the Independence Bowl before. He's our AD. And he speaks very, very highly of it, and has felt it's been one of the best bowls in the country in terms of how you're treated and how organized they are. I had a chance to bring a team down here and play, and so I experienced it myself. So the two of us knew that this was a great opportunity, and I know that our players saw it that way too. That it's just a great opportunity to showcase ourselves again as a football team. I'm so proud of what our seniors have accomplished. They've moved our program forward almost year by year by taking us to 4 straight bowl games, and it would be fitting for them to go out on a good note. Obviously, there's a huge challenge ahead for us with Monroe as far as that's concerned, and again, that's why I think that it should be a great game.
It's been great. The community's supported us. Everywhere we go, we talk to a lot of fans and people that are coming to the game. So it's been a great experience. The hospitality here, you always hear about Southern hospitality. So I think we've definitely experienced that here in Shreveport.
Yeah, like Gerald said, the people around here have been just really friendly, and they'll just come up and talk to you and just hold a conversation. I really like that, and that'll probably be my best memory, just how friendly everyone's been, and the hospitality and the Independence Bowl itself, the committee and everything's just been really great to us.
Obviously I had a chance to be around a number of the committee members and really how organized they are and how well they presented the bowl to our football team. And Winston, who was our host and showed us around. So you just can go down the line in terms of the bowl committee, and to me, how important that is.
Ever since we knew that we were coming to this bowl, I was excited to come down here. I remember watching Oklahoma and Oklahoma State playing it a couple years ago, and it's exceeded all expectations, and just another thing to add on, just the food. you know, I was just excited to come back down here and get a little Southern food. So
I'm glad somebody mentioned it.